Yo! What is good? What's cracking? Your boy's back for the Week 16 NFL Pick'ems. We are here. Last week wasn't too bad. I believe we had like 3 losses, something like that. Seattle was kind of close again, that win over the Rams. If they had Tyler Lockett, I think they probably would have won that game. But that's for a different story. We are here for this week's predictions. Your boy barely slept last night, man. I'm tired as hell, but we're gonna bang this video out. So we'll start here with the Thursday night football matchup. Oh, but what? Before we start this, man, leave a like on the video, sub to the channel, and turn on post notifications if you have not done that. And now let's get into it. I had to say that. You know what's up. Oh, and we also got a sponsor for this video. I'm playing. SeatGeek. You know what's up. I'm going with the Niners against the Titans. Thursday night matchup. I could see the Titans definitely coming out here and getting a win. I like the way the Niners are playing right now. Titans are pretty good at locking up the run, so I am a little bit scared of that aspect. But I think Niners defense should offer a lot of pressure to Ryan Tannehill, and the Niners will come out here with a close victory. And then moving over to the AFC, we got the Ravens facing off against the Bengals. Last time this matchup happened, the Bengals absolutely destroyed the Baltimore Ravens. And now the Ravens will be without Marlon Humphreys. I'm going with the Bengals. Their receiving core is just going to be too much for this Ravens defense. It's a bad matchup to begin with, but then when your secondary is as banged up as it is, I think the Ravens are going to struggle a lot in man coverage against guys like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They're going to have a hard time once again. So Bengals get a very big dub here. This is a big game for both teams. If the Bengals get this dub, they lead the division. We got a lot of playoff implications this week. I think this is probably the biggest week of football right here is week 16 because there's just so many, teams that if they lose, their playoff hopes are over for the season. Now, one that doesn't really matter much when it comes to playoffs are the Jags against the Jets. Also, sorry about the webcam. I know it's a little bit blurry and stuff like that. Can't really do much about it. I've tried, trust me. We got the Jags against the Jets. It's just so hard to pick the Jags. You can't trust their offense. It looks like they got it a little bit going last week. Not really, but James Robinson was getting more touches, getting more yardage. Trevor Lawrence they can't find ways to get passing touchdowns and get it near the red zone. I'm gonna give this to the Jets, man. If the Jets come out here and play some solid defense and Zach Wilson's protective of the football, I think they come out here and get a win. And a 4-11 season honestly isn't terrible for the Jets, as sad as that sounds. So I think they come out here and beat the Jags at home. And then we got the Buffalo Bills facing off against the Pats. Last time they played, we saw the Pats win, which was about 2 weeks ago. Terrible weather. It just turned into an absolute run game. Mac Jones passed the ball only 3 times. I'm going to give it to the Bills, though. That's a tough game to pick. I had the Pats at first. I'm changing up. I'm thinking if there's going to be more passing involved, then Josh Allen is going to have a way bigger impact in this game than the last game they played. And, I think he feels disrespected being left out of the Pro Bowl. He should have made it over Lamar Jackson, but he didn't. So I think he comes out here, has a nice little revenge game to prove to the NFL how great of a quarterback that he really is. And then moving on to the next game, we got the Chargers facing off against the Houston Texans. I like the Chargers. I don't have too much to say there. Yeah, I'm going with the Chargers. And then we got the Steelers against the Chiefs. Chiefs at home. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs, but I would not be surprised if the Steelers came out here and caused some problems. I can't imagine the Steelers keep up with the Chiefs scoring. I think the Chiefs offense is just going to put up numbers. I think the Chiefs defense is getting better every week, and the Steelers offense doesn't really have too much to provide as the season goes on. So, yeah. And then we got the Denver Broncos facing off against the Raiders. Huge game for both teams. Whoever loses will very much likely not be in the playoffs. That's a tough one, man. It really is a tough one. I'm going to go with the Raiders, though. I mean, Drew Lock is starting at quarterback. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or a bad thing for the Denver Broncos. But it's a different guy at center. So I'm going to go with the team that, has that leadership experience in Derek Carr, and has been in a lot of late game scenarios and has pulled out some W's. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. And then we got the Cleveland Browns facing off against the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I know the Browns will have a lot of guys coming back from COVID reserve and injuries, but Packers at this point are one of the healthiest teams in the league. I mean, they went from having so many banged up guys now to being really healthy. I know they missed their offensive lineman. Forgot his name. He's absolutely disgusting though, and missed the Pro Bowl due to injuries. I feel like, I believe that's why he missed the Pro Bowl, is because he got injured. I'd hope so, at least, because he's been tearing it up. But yeah, I like the Packers here. It should be a close game. I just think the Packers are going to put up more points than the Browns will be able to. If the Browns want to win this game, I think it's due to them playing really good defense and just running the ball. Just spamming it up to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt if he's back, and just trying to control the clock and get the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands. But I feel like the few possessions that Aaron Rodgers does have the ball, he's going to be able to move the ball up the field. So that's what I got. And then we got the Colts against the Cardinals. This was my hardest game to pick. Really back and forth on this one. Colts have been looking hot. Cardinals have been slacking a little bit. I'm going to give it to the Colts. I'm going to give it to the Colts on the road. Cardinals just haven't been great at home. I think the Colts defense can offer a lot of problems here. I think they got guys who can chase down Kyler Murray and Darius Leonard, Bobby Okekre, however you pronounce it. Rock Ya-Sin's back. They got a really good secondary group now with everyone being healthy. So yeah, give me the Colts here. Cardinals receiving core, I think, is just going to struggle to get open in this game. That's sort of been the one thing to take away with the Cardinals and their offense, is that, their receiving core doesn't get much separation. That's not saying that the receivers themselves are bad. They've just it was the same problem they've had last year. They've looked a little bit better with that in some aspects, but I'm gonna give it to the Colts here. And then we got the Dolphins facing off against the Saints. Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Saints. It's a Monday night matchup as well. Go with the Saints. I do think the Dolphins can offer a lot of problems and sort of do the same thing that they did to Lamar Jackson, is just blitz the hell out of this Saints team, and just force Taysom Hill to throw the ball. But, I think Alvin Kamara is going to have a big impact this game. At home, Sean Payton's going to get them prepared, prime time. It's definitely going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really good game. Lot of defense, not a lot of scoring. I'd be surprised if one team had more than 20 points. But yeah, give me the Saints. And then we got the Giants against the Eagles. This is just a really weird game because this game doesn't really matter for the Giants, but it does for the Eagles. But yeah, I could see the Giants coming out here and getting a win. I'm going to give it to the Eagles just because they really need this win a lot more, like I said. But you never know with a game like this. Divisional matchup. Giants are still going to play their hardest. I have no clue who they're going with at quarterback. Regardless, I don't really think it matters. So, yeah. Then we got the Bucs against the Carolina Panthers. Give me the Bucs. I just can't trust Carolina Panthers offense. I could see Carolina coming out here and maybe getting a dub. It's crazy the absolute just different direction the Panthers have gone from the beginning of the season. Yeah, I did not expect them to have this big of a fall off. I'm not going to lie, I was one of the guys who really thought Sam Darnold could make a little bit of a comeback, but after the season, I don't know. Maybe Sam Darnold gets another shot as starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers or maybe for another team, but I think it's very safe to say that Sam Darnold is not going to be the future option for this Carolina Panthers team. Moving on. And then we got the Lions against the Falcons. The Lions got a big-time W against the Cardinals. They've been looking really good in their past couple weeks. It's not even like they beat the Cardinals. They absolutely dominated them. It was the most confusing game I've ever witnessed. I didn't really watch the full game. I just saw the highlights, and Jared Goff just had a lot of time in the pocket. I don't know why there was no pass rush. I mean, Cardinals typically have a decent pass rush. I know they got some guys banged up, but Jared Goff just had a lot of time in the pocket. I think Grady Jarrett and the Falcons offer some more pressure against Derek Carr. I mean, not Derek Carr. I don't know why I said Derek Carr. Jared Goff. Um, and the Falcons come out and get a dub. I am a little bit worried, though. I feel like I say this every week with the Falcons, but if the Falcons get a lead, I would not be surprised if the Lions got a little bit of a comeback going, just because of that fight and hunger that they play with. But give me the Falcons. They need it to make the playoffs. So, yeah. And then we got the Rams facing off against the Vikings. Give me the Rams. I could definitely see the Vikings winning this game. Vikings are just one of those teams that can lose to any team on any given week, or they could beat any team on any given week. I mean, they're just so inconsistent. But that Vikings secondary is going to get absolutely burnt by Cooper Kupp, Odell, Van Jefferson. Matt Stafford's going to have a day. I do think the Vikings can match up in points, but the Rams defense should offer a few more problems than what the Vikings defense has to offer. But yeah, I could see that game going either way. And then we got the Bears against the Seahawks. This is probably just the most random game of the week. It's just like, it doesn't really matter. It's a weird game to pick. Seattle's been pissing me off. Chicago's been pissing me off when it comes to picking them. I don't know. I had the Bears at first. Give me the Seahawks. I don't know. At home, if it's a late game scenario, I trust Russell Wilson more than Justin Fields. It's just a really random game. I got no clue what to go with there. And then we got Washington against the Dallas Cowboys. Washington finally got a loss against the Eagles last week. Last time these two teams played, Dallas looked really good in the first half, and then Washington got a little bit of a comeback going and almost beat them. But the Cowboys went away with the W. This game definitely, you could argue it means a lot to both teams. I mean, the Cowboys, regardless, I'm confident are going to make the playoffs. But if Washington still, I think Washington still has a chance even after losing to the Eagles. So Washington definitely needs this game more. But give me the Dallas Cowboys at home divisional matchup. I think they're going to come out here and play hard. I think Dak Prescott is going to look better than he has in past weeks. And I think the Cowboys defense shows up. I also have no clue who Washington's going to rock at quarterback. Last week they had some random I've never heard of in my life playing quarterback. He actually wasn't even that bad. Most of their offense was involved in the run game and Antonio Gibson anyways. But against the Cowboys defense, it's a little bit of a different story. So, yeah, those are my picks. I got a few upsets, I'd say. I mean, I got the Bills. I guess you can consider that an upset. I got the... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't have upsets. I don't know. But yeah, those are my picks for this week. Let me know what you guys think, and I will be back next week for the Week 17 pickups. PICKEM'S, not pickups. Well, pickups and pick'ems. You know what I'm saying? Picks and predictions. You know how I'm rapping. I'm doing the shit, and I'm doing predictions. Oh my god, bitch, I'm so nasty, and I'm just ending. See ya.